Mind-blowing news just broke. Hollywood symbol Jamie Foxx deadened and visually impaired. Might it at some point all be connected to the antibody? This frightening turn to a darling entertainer story has quite recently surfaced. And we're going to spill the tea. Greetings everybody, and welcome back to Celeb Live Station. Today, we discuss a genuinely crushing occasion that has shaken Hollywood. It's about the much-cherished entertainer Jamie Foxx. It seems he has tragically encountered some serious unexpected problems, supposedly connected to his new immunization. Presently, we should make it clear antibodies have demonstrated to be our essential line of protection against this pandemic. And they've been tried and supported by well-being specialists. Universally, they work, and they function admirably. Yet similarly, as with any clinical intercession, there can be uncommon unfriendly responses. That Jamie had a blood coagulation in his cerebrum. After he had the chance, he didn't need the shot. Based on the thing I'm hearing, it appears to be our dearest Janie might have been one of the unfortunate. Not many do experience such complexities. His well-being has gotten really ugly, leaving him, as per a few reports, deadened and blind. I want to let you know that this is all misleading content, and a few fans toss tragically. No, as a matter of fact, it's been coming from insiders for a couple of days. Now, I disregarded it from the start since it sounded unusual and staggering anyway. The previous evening, every one of the media detonated with new data from insiders near Jamie's family. It makes me extremely upset, yet obviously, the miserable news is affirmed. Jamie Foxx has, without a doubt, experienced complexities from the immunization and has experienced a few extremely unnerving secondary effects. How about we investigate all the data accessible as of now? As you recollect, on a critical Thursday, April 11th, the universe of Hollywood was shaken as Foxx, the famous entertainer, wound up raced to the emergency clinic because of an unforeseen, unexpected issue. While the subtleties encompassing his flow well-being status have been covered in mystery, murmur proposes that his inconveniences started during the recording of his profoundly expected film back in real life, where he stars close by the consistently magnetic Cameron Diaz. I don't for even a moment truly understand what happened, man. I was paralyzed. The fans were in shock. There were clashing reports from insiders. Yet out of nowhere, on Friday, May 12, Jamie's little girl, Corinne Foxx, ended the quiet in a proclamation that separated from the plenty of reports. She unyieldingly proclaimed, miserable to perceive how the media goes crazy, my father has been out of the emergency clinic for a really long time, recovering. With a sprinkle of pride in her voice, she included truth. He was playing pickleball yesterday. Fans were just maddened by the proclamation in the midst of clashing bits of gossip claims by VIPs like Mike Tyson that James is having significant intricacies. Corinne's endeavor to console the general population is possibly rankling. Individuals can detect when they are being deceived, and James' family deceived fans. And sadly, the fans' terrible inclination didn't let them down. James' street to recuperation took a troubling turn when news spread that his condition had demolished in for the second time in 2 months. Tales flourished with insiders, highlighting the immunization James had gotten before. These insiders likewise guaranteed that there were entanglements that prompted a blood coagulation in James' mind, causing a nerve-wracking cluster of side effects, including halfway loss of motion and loss of vision, topping on state of obscurity. A source near James' family shared their interests, expressing, "We never expected something like this occurrence." James had been gaining such headway after their underlying sickness, yet presently they are confronting these new difficulties during an appearance on the Dare Drew online Penske show. A podcaster who had recently filled in as a reporter for the New York Day-to-Day News and facilitated privileged insights and embarrassments, recognized James had a blood coagulation in his cerebrum. After he had the chance, adding to the developing course of worries, one more source obtusely expressed, "There is no question that a blood coagulation in James' mind is the immediate reason for their fractional loss of motion and visual impairment." Clinical experts were likewise shocked by the unexpected turn occasions. Specialist Emily Thompson, a famous nervous system specialist, commented, "While unfavorable impacts from immunizations are very intriguing, we can't excuse the chance of inconveniences. For James' situation, the blood coagulation in the mind is by all accounts connected to their new immunization. It's a disastrous circumstance and features the requirement for exhaustive observing and research. As I referenced before, these are basically the expressions of insiders, and I'm simply transferring their explanations. There is no substantial proof connecting immunizations to these particular entanglements anyway. Consider James' previous condition. He had proactively gotten through a serious disease back in April, which left him debilitated. As we can notice, James' recuperation has been slow and deficient, which could be credited to their past well-being challenges. In the meantime, sources say Jamie's family started a frantic quest for answers. They counseled various clinical specialists, investigating expected therapy and restoration choices. One relative, talking namelessly, communicated their ardent craving, expressing, "We simply needed to improve and recapture his life as Jane battles with his disintegrating well-being." The clinical local area mobilized to help him. Nervous system specialists and experts from different fields are cooperating to foster an individualized therapy plan. In spite of the terrific guess, there are good omens, as certain patients with comparable intricacies have given indications of progress. After some time, the conditions encompassing James' past sickness had proactively been covered in secret, leaving many baffled anyway. The new development has simply added to the disarray, leaving specialists uncertain of the specific reason for James' momentum condition. As James' profession as an entertainer remains in a critical state, the vulnerability encompassing his capacity to keep making motion pictures has prompted boundless hypothesis. His contribution in an impending Mike Tyson film, where James was set to depict the boxing legend, presently faces huge difficulties. The film's creation group is wrestling with whether or not James will actually want to satisfy the job in the midst of their unexpected issues. Mike Tyson himself, as of late, remarked on the circumstance, communicating his anxiety about James' condition affecting the film. He expressed, "He's not feeling great. Definitely there's a stroke. I don't have the foggiest idea what befell him. Hello, listen, we can't expect our next breath. We don't have any idea when we will kick the bucket." Tyson's comments have added to the mounting vulnerability encompassing the venture and Jamie's investment. Moreover, the film's creation plan and monetary ventures have additionally been tossed into disorder because of James' medical problems. The movie producers are confronted with tough choices, as they should gauge their choices and think about likely other options, assuming that James can't continue with the task, as insight about James' medical issues keeps on circling a rising number of fans have begun to bring up issues in regards to the fundamental thought processes. Theories and speculations have arisen, ensnaring Diddy, a notable figure in media outlets, in the unfurling story. As per these fans, Day purportedly looks to eliminate James from the spotlight to defend likely disclosures about his reputed inclusion in select gay gatherings. So I began following him. I followed him the entire time. It is critical to take note of that these cases right now need substantial proof, and they stay inside the domain of theory anyway. The developing distrust encompassing James' circumstance has been powered partially by these hypotheses. Circling among fans, the thought of Diddy's supposed impact and potential obstruction has caught the consideration of the two allies. And cynic the same. I did a ton of recordings on this station connecting Diddy and Jamie's hospitalization. You can look at it. There has been pessimistic promulgation placed out about me. Then again, there is an alternate gathering of fans who saw City as a mannequin controlled by the mystery of Illuminati. As per these fans, the Illuminati, a supposed mystery society, supposedly tries to remove James from the business they trust. That James' free soul and propensity to oppose laid-out standards have made him an objective for the Illuminati's plan. It is vital to take note of that. The idea of the Illuminati controlling media outlets is established in paranoid fears and needs tenable proof anyway. There have been occasions where certain superstars have offered comments or suggested the presence of clandestine powers in the background. These assertions, while not proving the presence of the Illuminati, have energized hypothesis among certain fans. They have zero control over me. You get what I'm talking about. That I serve my mother ain't here. My mom was forfeited. One such VIP, who has made references to stowed away abilities at play, is Kanye West. In a 2013 meeting, he obscurely expressed, "I realize there are powers out there, concealed powers molding the business and controlling the story," while not unequivocally referencing the Illuminati. His words have been deciphered by some as an affirmation of their presence or comparable cryptic associations. Since this industry is a beast as the examination concerning Jamie's well-being proceeds, with realities stay slippery, the mix of vague conditions, unsure future possibilities, and fan speculations has made a climate of interest and theory suppositions among fans in regards to the different speculations encompassing Jamie's medical issues and claimed industry control are profoundly partitioned. A few fans have one or two misgivings of such contemplations. For instance, one such fan composed, "I think these speculations about Diddy and the Illuminati are wild theory. There's no strong proof to help them. How about we center around James' well-being and recuperation?" As opposed to enjoying ridiculous tricks, the fan urges others to focus on James' prosperity, chasing verifiable data, instead of becoming involved with speculative